Ladies and gentlemen, let's go one look for the best man.
First of all, I'm never going to get another chance to do this, so... This is my limelight, so there you go. Before I start, I'd like to say how beautiful and lovely the ceremony was and how stunning the bridesmaid and the brides look today. So, again, can I have a round of applause for them? And let's be honest, anything that takes the attention away from Dave on such a lovely occasion is going to be a good thing. But in his credit, he didn't fart, he didn't... If you know him, you'll be here. That's the longest I've ever seen him without belching in his whole life. So another I do speak pretty quick, especially when I'm nervous, so if I'm speaking too quick, slow me down. Although I know the young lady there is wanting me to get on this pretty quick, you say, so
I love you calling me a young lady.
But Dave said he's paying for the hour by this place, so he told me to go a little bit quick. So I hear there's a new Star Wars poster on next week. Now I've done something a little bit different for this. I wrote a poem instead of so I hope it doesn't go down like a lead balloon. Hopefully it'll be alright. Now everything in this is true, it has happened, all the stories are true. I haven't made anything up to make it fit, so everything here, like I say, is 100% true. And by the way, pity laughs are fine. I'm all for pity laughs. So feel free. That's fine. Okay, here we go. You can hear me over there, Martin. Is that alright? Thanks a lot. Right, so this is my poem, full of in-jokes and old cliches. But to be honest, when Dave's here, it's nice to get in a word edgeways. Here I stand in front of you, sweaty hands and really nervy, and hoping all my dirty jokes don't end up sounding pervy. I met Dave 9 years ago at Leeds Uni's Freshers Week. He was already tapping away on his PC. I thought, oh no, a computer geek. You may think that's unfair, because this is now and that was then. But let me say one thing to you. He now works for IBM. To be honest, at the start, I was always scratching my head. For the first year and a half, I couldn't understand a word he said. But in the end, I came to realise it didn't matter what he'd say. I just nod my head and then not listen anyway. But from that day, to his credit, he helped us keep us all on track. But unfortunately, when we were in trouble, it was always him that wound up getting smacked. He was once carried off the bus after drinking too much wine called hock. And there was one time I burst into his room and saw his impressive... Every night Dave was out with his trademark Newcastle Brown Ale. He was always up the next day working hard, and we knew he'd never fail. Indeed, he's the cleverest man I've ever met, but I don't tell him anymore, because he already has problems getting his head through the door. At our second year of uni, this is for you, Ted, by the way, at our second year, you don't know about this one. At our second year of uni, all we could do was stand and stare, as we reached under his pillow and found some soiled underwear. We soon became famous for wearing Newcastle black and white, but will he still, and I apologise for this, but will he still wear it at Doncaster on a Tuesday night? Once I couldn't eat because I broke my jaw in a fight, and Dave thought it'd be funny to have a pizza every night. I had the last laugh eating soup on my own, because after about a month he'd put on about 2 stone. After uni, Hannah moved in, and we really caused her stress, and she followed us around, clearing up our mess. But there was one time when we believed he couldn't be more crude, he reached under the sofa and started eating 2-week-old food. Either way, Hannah and Dave became my second mum and dad, making sure I paid my bills and telling me off when I was back. But I took it all on the chin and never shed a tear, because I know when Hannah's back was turned, he'd be reaching for a beer. So here we sit on their wedding day, surrounded by those who care, and we know if we needed help, in an instant he'd be there. Yeah, he likes to talk, he's always right, and he really loves to boast, but when it comes down to it, he's the friend I count on most. Over the years, he's countless times lent a friendly ear, and deserves all the success and many a happy year. I've got many great memories, all fun and little strife, and I'm so happy for my friend to have found such a perfect wife. So in a few minutes, let's raise our glasses and shout a big how are you, and toast Dave and Hannah on this special day. Then we can grab our drinks, have a dance and have a little chortle. And if we do anything embarrassing, we can blame it on being mortal. So as my poem comes to an end, I can finally shut my gob. And we all know if we asked Dave, he'd say he could do a better job. So here's the bride and groom. I bet they can't wait to get to bed. And that's just such a special occasion. Maybe Hannah will give Dave a nice big loads of embarrassing stories and loads of derogatory stories about Dave, about our time together, because he's had his head together all the time, and he's always kept it when we've been losing ours, and he's been pretty much a rock to me over the last few years. So I've lived with them for like a year and a half, so I know more than anyone maybe how perfect they are for each other. Like things like how they've got the same hobbies, and how now they've adopted each other's hobbies on, and it's just, I think, yeah, I start crying. I think they'll break up their lives together. To finish off, I'd like to toast the bridesmaids. So if you raise your glasses to the bridesmaids, and thank you very much for being so lovely and so great tonight.